Hey, KG back again. Today we're going to talk about something again, a port on Switch for a game that is clearly out of Switch's hardware capability. In all honesty, they already tried this with Mortal Kombat and it already looked atrocious. Really bad how it looked, and now they're doing that to Batman Arkham Knight, and it also is not looking that great with the way it's structured. It To me it more or less looks like a mobile game than it does Arkham Knight. There is FPS drops and lag chops and so on. There's no real reason why anybody should play Arkham Knight on a Switch, in all honesty, unless there is no other way for them to play bad on a Switch. In all honesty, for myself, I wouldn't even spend money on such a game as this. The port is just awful. Instead of um, creating a unique art style to the game itself and porting it to Switch in a way that Switch could handle, they try to port the game as is, and then it just looks worse than a PS1 game would look like back in the day. And that's just not that great. It's just a waste of money for people who are gonna buy this type of game. I've said it multiple times that Switch needs an upgrade, and there is no point porting these type of games over to Switch unless the Switch gets an upgrade like Switch 2 releases. It needs an upgrade in its capabilities in order to run these types of games, but since there isn't a Switch 2 out yet, they're trying to port the same games to Switch, which, as we have previously seen, doesn't work, and it seems like companies are not learning from that. They are still porting their games over to Switch even though the games are clearly out of league for Switch to handle. And then you get these types of instances where the game either looks like a mobile game or runs like one, or the graphics are so misplaced that it's just like you're watching a horror film or something. So in the end, in my opinion, you just shouldn't port these type of games over to Switch. Not because you should exclude Switch or anything, but because Switch just at the current way the Switch is cannot handle these type of games. These games been out for years, yes. They could be considered old games by this point, but by all means Switch does not have the ability to handle these old games. They're good games, even though I don't agree with some of the ways you need to reach an ending in these games. But in general, the games in themselves are good. They were beautiful. They ran greatly. The action and combat was fun in them, but then you get them to port on a Switch, and the end result speaks for itself. It's just not worth it. If by all means you can have it on anywhere else but the Switch, then I highly suggest that just get it there. Get it on a sale or whatever, but do not get it on a Switch. On a Switch it will be just a giant waste of money, and that will all it will be. In all honesty, this will be just a short video, so I'll see you guys next time.